Hi everyone, it's Phil here again from Ashland Leather for the second time today. We've been doing two videos on a Friday here today because I have something extra special to show you. And I've been sort of teasing it all week about doing a new batch of one-shot card holders. And here they are. This is all of them on the table. There's been a few made of each. Some of these I only made one of. This one in the front here that I think is extra special, we made two of. And a couple of them we made about a dozen of. So those are all available right now on the flash sale page of our website. And I'm going to go through each of these one by one here to show you what they are and what's special about them. Because the goal here for Ashland has always been to show more people more leather. And before I started working at Horween Leather Company 10 years ago, I didn't know that there were even different colors of leather. I thought everything was sort of just brown, like this. And I didn't realize there were not only just more leather colors, but also different leather tannages. So again, that's part of the goal here has always been to share that notion with more people. And I think these one-shot card cases are a really great outlet for all the different leathers that I collect. So the way that this works is Dan and I, through our voyages over at Horween, where Dan still works, and Dan is the my business partner here at Ashland. Dan still works over at Horween. He'll come across random cool things and he'll just pull them out and hold them to the side. So over the almost 10 years now that we've been making wallets and different leather goods, we've sort of amassed a large amount of different pieces of leather that have inspired us and we just think are really special. So these are some of those leathers that we've cut into the one-shots, and the price point here ranges from about $25 up to $75. And there's a couple special editions here that are even surpassing that price. So they're a little bit more expensive, but the idea is to get things like this baseball glove here for 25 bucks so you can experience the difference of all these leathers for yourself. So let's go through these. I wanted to start off with what I think are these probably some of the most magical pieces that we've ever done here. And it's kind of funny that it's in such a simple design, but this particular one right here is one of my favorite things that we've ever done. And Danae is our new team member here at Ashland. And Danae's only been here for about a week. And I sort of, we showed Danae the ropes and then let them sort of go free throughout the workshop here. And I told Danae, pick out anything that inspires you and cut it into these one-shots. And Danae picked these two out. And what this is blue reverse shell Cordovan. So it's actually the reverse side of the intense blue. But Danae had some really tasteful cutting here. So what it looks like to me is almost like this bottom of the wallet is like the ocean, and then above that horizon is some of the water bouncing out of the ocean and then into the sky. That's sort of what this looks like to me, and I love it. I think that is really cool. In particular, there's one little spot that I really like, this dot right here. That sort of does it all for me, and I don't know what it is. And let me show you the other one here, because Danae made two of these. So take a look at that great aqua blue staining at the bottom. And on the back, this one is crazy. Look at those waves. I think that's really special. So what Danae did here, some additional things. There's hand stitching on this, which is really neat. But also we have a blue painted edge, which is something we don't often do. I think that looks really cool as well. And the other thing that sets it over the top is we've never done this either. These two have been hand numbered. So on this one it says September 2020, 2 of 2, and here is September 2020, 1 of 2. So there's only these two made. These are going up on the site right now and hopefully somebody really special picks these up. I think these deserve a great home. Again, I think these are some of my favorite things that we've ever done here. So not only do we have that crazy reverse blue shell, which I love, but all these other ones are also really, really cool. So let's go through them one by one. I'm going to try to start lightest to darkest here. And the first one up here, this is actual baseball glove leather that Horween makes, and they make it for Rawlings as well as a couple other baseball glove manufacturers. There are not a lot of baseball gloves made from Horween leather anymore, although there used to be a lot of them. And they went under the brand name Heart of the Hide was sort of the product line that these would go into. And what's really interesting about the baseball leather from Horween is the catchers tended to gravitate towards this leather for a really funny reason. And the catchers would describe to the baseball glove manufacturers that this leather sounded different and more threatening when the ball hit the glove. So when the ball was hitting the catcher's mitt, they wanted to have a little bit more intimidating feeling against the batters. So this is baseball glove leather, and then we introduced a red stitch on it, which I thought turned out really well. I think that plays off the baseball nicely. Next one here, this is a leather you're probably familiar with if you've been checking out the channel here and our little website. But this is natural shell Cordovan, one of the most popular shell Cordovan colors. This develops a really great patina. I only have one of these available, but have no fear because this is this is probably my second favorite in the batch we're doing here. There's a close, this bottom one here might be the tie for second. But this right here is something really special. I've been sort of hogging this one for years. I had asked Skip Horween for a long time if I could get some horsehide strips that are tanned alongside the shell Cordovan butts in the pits for, 2 months. I asked him if I could get these in a thinner version that we could use on wallets, and that's what this is. These are thin, lightweight strips that Skip had specially made for us. And this is a nice veg tan leather. Check out the grain on this. It's very, very, very grainy. And like I mentioned, this is tanned alongside the shell Cordovan. So you get all that really great veg character of the veg in the shell Cordovan. And also listen to the noise here. That's sort of a distinctive noise of any veg tan leather, which I really like. So I have these specially made. We made about 7 of these, I believe. I think for me, this is one of my favorite things in the batch here. I don't have any more of this leather, so I'm looking forward to you guys having these. Here's another fun one. This is a leather called Latigo from Horween. This has been all over the place. Latigo is a combination tan leather. So it's chrome tanned with a vegetable retan. So you get a little bit of the best of both worlds. You get some heat resistance and a lot of natural character. They're really nice pronounced grain. Check out the grain character here. What's also fun on this one is we've combined that tan color with this purple. And I was actually surprised at how well that turned out. I really like this purple and the tan together. Here's another very nice leather. And if you've been watching the videos, checking out the website, you might have heard me say the word Essex. And this is a leather tannage called Essex. And Essex is very similar to the Dublin. The only difference between the Dublin and the Essex is that the Essex has an oil finish on the very end, where the Dublin has a hard wax finish on the very end. So the result of that, they have similar grain character, but the Essex is a little bit softer and a little bit more oily feeling, where the Dublin has a little bit more grab to it because of that wax. It's a little bit more sticky, where the Essex is just like slightly more of a sexy feel. And this bright orange color, I think this is actually called bold orange, is the tannery color designation for this. That's a sweet color. So this one's just a clean orange look, orange thread, and orange on the inside as well, if I can show that. And here's another fun one for all you sports fans. We had the baseball glove, and now this is basketball leather. This is the actual leather that are used in the NBA basketballs, which is really fun. It's thin, and it kind of looks like the same texture as football, and that's because it is. But anyways, this is an official basketball leather. If you're a basketball fan, or if you know a basketball fan, it might be kind of fun to have the actual NBA game ball material to carry your cards in. Here's another special one. This one has a story to it. This is color number 4 shell Cordovan, which is a beautiful medium brown reddish undertone, sort of like a caramely color at certain angles. In other angles, sometimes it looks more like a color 8. I love the color 4. It's my second favorite shell color, but this one is special because Skip Horween, who is the owner of Horween Leather Company, had been playing around with different prints and different textures, and he came up with this. And what this is a double printed, I believe it's a box board, that they printed it twice in perpendicular directions. So you get this interesting sort of hatch grain look that is very unique. You're never going to find another one like this. And I have 2 different reverse shell Cordovan pieces to show you. This first one here, this is color 8 reverse, which we do very frequently. This is something that has become very popular for us, that sort of light orangey tan, and it has these randomized dye marks, those reddish brown dye marks. I think that is really cool. It's kind of like the blue reverse here, where you get to see the essence of the stain that was used on the shell side. Well, you're seeing that same thing here, but with the color 8 dye. And we also get that opportunity to show off the Horween ink stamp, which most people are looking for. And all of the one-shot card cases here, we were able to cut that Horween ink stamp into. And here's the other reverse shell piece we're doing. And I brought out 2 of them because there is a color range that I observed on them. This is actually green shell Cordovan. So if you were to look at the inside here, that is green shell Cordovan in there. So the reverse side of the green is this. It's a little bit lighter and a little bit more green than some of the black reverse. So it kind of reminds me of the lightest black reverse shell Cordovan I see, but with more of these green tones to it. And again, the one on the right here, this one has a little bit more green hue to it, where the other one here, it's just a little bit more tan. So I wanted to show you the range so you can get a good representation of what you can expect to receive. Now here's another very fun one. This is the teal Latigo. We've done this one before on the one-shots, but I'm really happy with the choice of thread color here. This one was done by Lupe in our shop, and Lupe chose this really cool contrasting orange thread. This sort of reminds me of the Miami Dolphins colors, but I just really like how this one turned out. The teal and orange, sort of like the teal and black, just seem to go really well together. And here's another special Latigo piece. We were talking about Latigo a minute ago on that tan with the purple thread. This is a color called Regatta Blue Latigo, and I get a lot of requests for blue leathers. The Latigo is a little bit drier than most leathers that you'll find, and because of that, there's less oils, waxes, and greases. You can get a brighter stain to it. It's just more of like a vivid, vibrant color, just like the teal Latigo here. You know, see, imagine if this was just covered in wax. It'd be really hard to give it the vividness of this teal color or the vividness of this blue. So that's why the Regatta Blue is special. There's only one of these. And here's another piece that we've actually had available for a little bit, and a lot of people have picked this one up. This is a leather called Vintage, which is a very silky, smooth feeling leather. I actually shipped one of these out today, so the video I put up a couple hours ago, sort of repeating myself here, but the Vintage is really special for that silky, smooth feel, and it also has a nice burst effect. I wanted to give you a close-up look at this because this will be a good demo of grain character. Take a look at how smooth and flat and polished that leather is. Pay a special attention to the detail of where you could imagine the hair holes would be. Now, if you look at this Latigo here, look very, very closely. You can see all the fine grain detail in there. So the big difference in the Vintage is how polished down that is. Super flat, smooth, really smooth feel. And in the blue Vintage, you get a little burst of color every time it's flexed. So it's a very dark, more of like a navy blue color. And last but not least, I think this was, like I said, tied for my #2 favorite. And I might have a hard time showing the color here, but this is intense blue shell Cordovan with a Western texture. And I love it. I love the way this thing looks. That is so cool. I'm gonna try to put it up to next to something black. All right, so if I just get rid of the jeans here, you might be able to see a little bit better the blue shade on this leather. It's a really cool blue, and I really want it to show. It's sort of like a deeper navy with some more aqua undertones to it. It is not black at all, so don't let this video confuse you. Let me actually do one of these. Show you on the table. See how much more blue that is compared to the black Dublin on the table here? These are super neat. And take a look at how the light reflects off of that. That is crazy. So I love all of these one-shots. So many special different pieces of leather. I want to give you one last look at some of my favorite things that we've ever done here. These one-shot card holders in the blue reverse. These are limited editions. There are only these 2. So I'll put up these as well as all the other one-shots on the website right as soon as I publish this video. Those will go live. So thank you guys so much in advance for your support. I can't wait for you to have these, and I hope you have a great weekend.